let's say you decide you're going to allow at some level and in some circumstances e-cigarettes at work. Here are the considerations you need to take into account, and these are the ones we hear time and time again from employers. First of all, you may be dealing with coworker complaints, the non-e-cigarette user. So be sensitive to having good ventilation in workplaces. If you're going to allow someone to use an e-cigarette in a particular work area, make sure it's highly ventilated. You know, that's something we don't really worry about anymore because there's no smoking in the workplace, in most places, right? So we've kind of gotten off that ventilation. But if you're going to allow me, under certain circumstances, to use my e-cigarette at work, you're going to have potentially some complaints from coworkers. Look at the ventilation issue. And really this goes to, where do you want to allow e-cigarettes? You don't have to allow e-cigarettes use everywhere. You may say, I'm going to let Charlie use his e-cigarette at work, but it's going to be in a designated area. And it may even be outside, like in a smoking area. Or I may decide, you know, for it to be really effective, I believe it is a smoking cessation tool, so Charlie needs to do it at his workstation. But you have the ability to make a choice or a decision on where, if you are going to allow e-cigarettes to be used in the workplace, where that happens. One thing that's very critical is make sure your policy is clear. Okay? Make sure it's not using the term tobacco. Make sure it expressly encompasses e-cigarettes. One issue we see are circumstances where you have people that are using e-cigarettes as a smoking cessation tool, and you say, okay, I'm going to let you use your e-cigarettes at work, but you're going to use the same smoking area that the smokers are using outside. Now the problem there is, guess what? I'm trying to stop smoking, and I'm using my e-cigarette as a cessation tool, and you're making me go out on my break and stand around a bunch of smokers, right? That's a problem. I've had some employers say, you know, I'm going to have two areas. If I don't want Charlie to be able to smoke up in his office or his cubicle with an e-cigarette, I'll have him go outside, but I know Charlie is using this to get away from tobacco, so I'm going to have an outside area that is designated for e-cigarette away from the smokers, the tobacco smokers. And this, we do have a lot of employers that say, you know, one of the reasons I think it's okay for Charlie to use that e-cigarette in his cubicle or in his office or in his workstation is, as John said, I'm not out periodically away, shutting down my computer, shutting down my work, not answering my phone to go use my e-cigarette. Flip side, if you conclude you want to ban e-cigarettes, like you banned regular tobacco products, I'm going to jump ahead really quickly because that first bullet is critical. Make sure how that works in your state, county, and city. But if you want to ban e-cigarettes just like you do tobacco cigarettes, a lot of employers, as part of their wellness plans, include as a very effective and popular feature some sort of smoking cessation program alternatives. Counseling, nicotine replacement, that sort of thing. If you want to ban or restrict e-cigarette uses at, you know, anywhere at the workplace, assuming you can do that by law, I say don't worry about whether it's got nicotine or not, because they don't label. You don't know, and you don't want to make those kind of distinctions. If you're going to ban e-cigarettes, don't quibble on what the ingredients are. Ban e-cigarettes. If you're going to allow some use inside, maybe besides special ventilation, there are some odorless substances used in e-cigarettes. So maybe you say, okay, Charlie, we're going to let you use your e-cigarette, and you can use it at the workplace because we know you're trying to use it as a smoking cessation tool, but no more bubble gum. Got to go with the odorless. And I already talked about separate and designated vaping areas apart from the tobacco users.